Hello everyone. We are from Group 2. We'll present our discussion about plant disease management with regulation and engineering culture and resistant plant. Group 2 member are Ferdinand Mutiara with study number 034, Desino Rulianti with study number 066, Leonardo Sendra Putra with study number 072, Alia Zulfa with study number 07H, Sophia Miadinata with student number 0x9, Anggun Susilawati with student number 098, and Danang Taufik with student number 103. A. Implementation of plant disease management with regulation.
The application of IPM for pest management is based on 7 basic principles, namely 1. Dynamic nature of agricultural ecosystem. 2. Cost-benefit analysis. 3. Tolerance of plants to damage. 4. Management of pest population as little as possible in plants. 5. Cultivation of healthy plants. 6. Monitoring of land. And 7. Socialization of its conception. Integrated Pest Control or IPM is one way of securing production from pest problem with control that combine several control methods that are more directed at approaches that rely on the role of agroecosystem. Plant disease control with statutory regulation is intended to clean pathogens that have just entered a new area or eradication, and to prevent the entry of a pathogen into a new area that is still free of pathogens or quarantine.
Number 1, quarantine. Quarantine is an attempt to prohibit or officially limit the transportation of certain plant material against the possibility of carrying intruders from an area or country that has the potential to damage plant in other regions or countries. Quarantine activities carried out include embargoing plants and their products, inspection and certification of plant materials from countries of origin, inspection and treatment of plant material at the entrance of importing countries. Plant quarantine aims to prevent the introduction and spread of plant pests and disease by using the edge, so that it will be useful for diseases that are spread through trade. Number 2, eradication. Eradication aims to reduce, clean, and destroy existing inoculum on land or plants that are the source of inoculum or make the inoculum inactive. Control efforts by eradication need to be carried out en masse by all growers. Eradication can only be applied to diseases that spread slowly, while for airborne diseases that are spread by air, this technique cannot be carried out. B. Control in technical culture. Control in technical culture is also known as agronomic control, namely pest control by managing the plant's environment in such a way that it is not suitable for the life and breeding of pests. Control activities in technical culture, among others, are as follows. is simultaneous planting. Simultaneous planting in a large area will shorten period of food availability for pests because harvesting can be done simultaneously. In addition, simultaneous planting will reduce the risk of attack because the existing pests can be divided. Next is crop rotation. The rotation of plants with species that don't have the same pest can break the life cycle of this pest because the next season the pest will starve to death. The goal is to kill the leaf of the pest by eliminating the host plant. Intercropping. Intercropping system often cause a decrease in pest population density compared to monoculture systems. This is due to the role of volatile chemical compounds or essential that are released and visual disturbance by non-host plants will affect the behavior and speed of insect colonization on host plants. Planting traps or trap crop. The presence of trap plants, the target of pests will be concentrated or centralized on the trap plants so that the attack on the main crop is reduced. Example of types of plants that are often used as trap plants are as follows. Number one is corn, grown between cotton plants, can control the shoot or bulb borer, Helicoverpa armigera. Number two is Sesbania. When planted among legumes, will reduce green ladybug attacks.
Spacing setting. If the spacing is tight, the environment around the plant becomes moist. While if the spacing is too wet, the environment around the plant will dry out easily due to high evapotranspiration. Rice that is plant tightly and has high nitrogen fertilization will tend to be more susceptible to brown plant topper attack. In addition, the close spacing will make it easier for pests to move. On the other hand, by reducing the spacing, the rice plant toppers are less comfortable in the environment so that their breeding and attack power decreases. Next. Growing superior varieties. Superior varieties, in addition to having high production power, growing fast, are also resistant to several nuisance organisms. For example, we know Vaneta superior resistant to plant toppers. Sanitation. The purpose of sanitation here is to clear the planting area of various plant residues or waste and which example of sanitation activities include cleaning the rest singgangs so that brown leafhoppers, cleaning the stem of rice plant, cleaning fruits that are infested with fruit flies. Next. Soil cultivation need fertilizer because there are insects that part or all of their lives are in the soil, which is greatly influenced by the texture and structure of the soil, the chemical composition of the soil, the humidity and temperature of the soil, and the presence of other soil organisms. So with good tillage, the species can be killed or stunted due to sunburn, being eaten by predators roaming the soil surface or sinking deep into the soil.
Pruning. Pruning can be done in an effort to prevent the spread of attack. Pruning is done when the pest population is high. Example, mites. Pruning can result in wasting as much of eggs and mites as possible. Water management. Good and regular water management can suppress the development of pests. For example, number 1, inundation of rice fields in a few days can kill white rice borer larvae that are in diapause in the stem of rice plant. Number 2, inundation of land in a few days can control urethral pests. Next. Balanced fertilization. Balanced fertilization with plant needs between NPK and microelement can make healthy plant. Healthy plant can make resistant to pests. Next. C. Application of plant disease management with resistant varieties.
The use of disease-resistant varieties is the cheapest way to suppress plant disease without worrying about the negative impact on the environment. A plant variety can be said to be resistant if it has properties that allow the plant to avoid or recover from pest attack in conditions that cause damage to plants. Has a genetic trait that can reduce the level of damage caused by pest attack, and then has traits that can be inherited to reduce the possibility of pests using the plant as a host. Next. One way to get superior varieties is by plant breeding. Plant breeding is intended as a method that systematically assembles genetic diversity into a form that is more beneficial to human life. The purpose of plant breeding is to assemble high-yielding varieties which are stable to various environmental change and pressure and meet the needs of farmers. Therefore, new technology is needed to complement conventional breeding technology, namely modern biotechnology. Several biotechnological techniques that can support plant breeders to obtain disease-resistant varieties and disease-resistant tissue culture, protoplast fusion, and genetic engineering. Next. Utilization of resistant cultivars has several access and weakness. The access: 1. Controlling disease remains below the threshold of long-term damage. 2. No negative impact on the environment. And 3. No extra cost. The weakness: 1. The resistance of varieties is limited to a few species. And then resistant varieties are not necessarily favored by farmers. And 3. Intensive counseling time is needed to introduce the latest varieties to farmers.
Okay, that's all our presentation. If there are mistakes in our words or action, we apologize. Thank you.